I really feel like there's this like problem in society where people are constantly trying to define other people and constantly comparing and trying to say like, oh, well, that person obviously doesn't love themselves. And it's like, you don't know how that person feels about themselves. Ask that person how they feel about themselves, because I fucking think I'm great. I love me, and I be trying to wait for other people to love me. I'm like, what are you guys waiting for? Like, I'm here. Like, I'm unconditional. I'm open, and I'm available for love. Like, what's your problem? You know? And I think a lot of people who have tried to make me feel like I'm lacking in some way is because they're lacking within themselves. And so I forgive them and I extend them love and peace and healing. And I pray for them to improve on whatever they need to improve so that they can come together and be a positive person in their community and a positive person to themselves and a positive person to others and to me, so that we can join together and do what it is that we're here to do, because I feel it's really important to open our hearts to love and to not let people completely shatter us to the point where we feel like we can't be fixed. Um, and sometimes we self sabotage and we perpetuate that for ourselves. And it's like you have to have patience with yourself whenever you're upset with yourself or with, um, sorry, whenever you're upset with yourself or you're upset with a situation that's come up that's triggered you or anything like that. I think it's really important for you to remember that your inner child is wounded in some way, and you need to hold that part of yourself, and you need to hold space for that part of yourself, and you need to tell them it's okay. I love you. I'm here to work through this with you, and you deserve more than you're getting, and you're going to have that because I'm going to give that to you because you deserve that. And like, so it's really just about loving the wounded child within yourself. Um, and stop like focusing on what other people are doing so much and really focus in on yourself and what your body and your mind is saying to you and what your inner child is asking and begging of you, because there's nobody who's going to give you that but you, right? Because we've learned that over time the only people that we have been given in this life that we have not measured up in that way. They've never been able to provide for us the things that were promised when we were born into this world. We're told that, oh, your parents will take care of you, your parents will do this, your parents will do that. Well, that's not the case, as some of us have learned, that, people are only working with their own outdated systems and their own framework of this is how you treat a child and this is how we raise children in my family. And it's like they're only doing the best with what they know and with the tools that they are given, and some of them were lacking and didn't realize they were lacking because they didn't have anything else to compare to other than what they were experiencing in their home growing up. So it's not their fault, but it is something that we have to choose to change within ourselves because we cannot expect our parents to change. So just knowing that the only person who can give your inner child that peace is you, and also to carry this on to really, really provide healing in a greater sense, in a humanitarian style. It's like the children of the world are going to need that from us, what our parents didn't give us. So we have to learn what it is that we're lacking so that when we become parents, we can make sure that we can give our children whatever it is that we lacked and whatever it is that our parents lacked, so that we can progress past this. And that's how you break generational curses, right? I grew up in a family with infidelity. This is a key factor as to why I feel safer saying I'm polyamorous and engaging in relationships with multiple people. Not to knock anybody's lifestyle or say that there's anything wrong with polyamory, but I have to understand why it is that I identified with that for so long. And I think it is because I had fear of commitment, fear of somebody breaking my heart, fear of infidelity, um, fear that I'm going to do the things that my parents did and that I'm going to be just like them and that I'll end up divorced or whatever. And, I say I don't believe in marriage, but marriage doesn't have to be that contract and that piece of paper. Marriage could be a choice between two people to be together and to have a partnership. And so, like, detaching from this idea that divorce is a thing, and, like, all of the things that my parents burned into me through their experiences, I have to detach from that and say, I'm not going to be that, because I possess different tools than them. My father was unable to show love. He was very callous, and very stern and very harsh. And we fear that we're going to put that into our children. We fear that we're not going to, and my mom was very lenient. So, like, I fear, oh, like, am I going to be a strict enough parent, or am I going to be too strict, or whatever? Those ideas are all moot when I know that it's like, if I just identify with my inner child that's wounded, and I say, hey, what did you need? Sweetheart, what is it that you needed as a child? um, and I give that to others, right? Because what you put out is what comes back, and when you start doing stuff in cycles, it becomes a pattern, and our patterns become us, and we become them, you know. So you're only as good as the things that you put out and the people that you're surrounded by, because energy, that exchange is there. So it's like, you have to make a conscious choice to be better, do better, and surround yourself with better, so that you can learn how to move forward and what it is that you want to contribute to the world in a greater sense. And we have to hold each other responsible and call each other out and be like, hey, this does not align with your highest timeline. This doesn't align with your highest purpose. This doesn't align with the greater good of all. And it's okay to hold each other accountable so that we can do the work together. And it's like, not coming from a place of like you're being attacked, but more like coming from a place of somebody really cares about you and wants you to do the best and be the best, because they know that later you're going to be beating yourself up for not doing that, right? So we need people in our community to hold us accountable for our bad behaviors, so that we can heal together. And the thing is, just because somebody holds you accountable does not mean that they have ill will towards you, ill intention, or a negative view of you. They just have a different view of what's happening. And if they're wrong, if they don't understand, you have every ability to defend yourself, to explain where you're coming from, cause a shift in perspective for somebody so that they can empathize with you a little bit. And empathy has the ability to heal. You don't have to agree with what somebody is saying or doing to see them acknowledge that their worth, and to give them love and support and unconditional love at that. Because the point of unconditional love is that somebody feels so supported that when they're standing in front of you naked and their flaws are showing, they feel they can really trust the person that they're with, because even if you're going to call them out and say, hey, there's something you need to work on, they know that it's coming from a place of good intention. And, you know, being like, hey, I know you need to work on this thing, but I also still love you and accept you for who you are and where you are on your journey. And if you want help from me, I'm here to help you. I've got your back, because I want to help you on this journey as well. Especially if it's somebody that you're trying to co-create with, and you're trying to partner up with, and you're trying to create a better life, a better world, whatever that may be, whatever that means for you, whatever your big happy change is. Yeah. So, before I start rambling too much, excuse me, spiritual burp, I just wanted to give this insight because Spirit wanted me to record this message, so that's what I'm here doing today, and what I will continue doing every day. So this is not a card reading or anything. It's just an intuitive message that Spirit was urging me to put forth for the community, because I know there's a lot of people who are dealing with their childhood traumas and trying to work on themselves and trying to work with others, and it may not always be working out. So I hope that this provided some guidance and some clarity for some of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I love you guys. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Love and light. I hope you have an amazing day.